By the way, I don't work for Instagram. I don't love Instagram. In fact, if it was any other platform, I would shift there. Trust me, I don't like Instagram as much as you guys probably don't like it as well, because they banned some of our accounts. So I just go where the attention is.
Yeah.
And I know that attention has shifted.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's changed my life. It's changed lives around me as well. And it's because the attention is there.
Yeah.
So I would want to go where the attention is, because that's where I can maximize my dollar, my advertising dollar.
Welcome to the On-Site Podcast. We chat with contractors, educators, industry professionals about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's fucking get into it.
What's up? We are back. Another episode of the On-Site Podcast. Today we have Kari. Kari is one of the presenters from the Contractor Growth Seminar right here in Chilliwack. And you should be having FOMO right now if you missed this event, because I promise you it was very intentional, very impactful for a lot of the contractors in the room. Kari's presentation was about local Instagram ads, and I'm excited to dig into his presentation, where he came up with his presentation, why he created his presentation the way he did, and some feedback on the event. So, dude, I appreciate you tuning in. Let's go. Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in today, and tell us a little bit about your presentation, like what you talked about today, and why did you come up with that presentation?
100%. So, and again, I'll look at you because I'm enjoying this convo. So, just to give you a bit of background, especially for anyone who's just tuning in and doesn't know what we do. My name is Kari, and we run a local marketing agency based in Calgary, and we help local service businesses across the US and Canada acquire more customers and high-paying clients through Instagram, specifically Instagram, right? And that's through running them a hyper-local ad that makes them the best-known business in their local city.
Yeah. You were getting challenged in there about that today.
100%.
Everyone's like, what about Facebook? What about Google? What about this? What about that? And I wanted to support you in your responses, but I thought you did great in your response, just trying to stand on that position. And it's like, I'll let you continue with this, but I want to touch on it now because we're here. There was this point, remember the phone book?
100%.
You remember?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you were like a baby.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the phone book is a very similar platform to all these other marketing things that exist, Google, all these other things. I recognized at one point in my business, like a long time ago, that the guy who's spending $10,000 on this pizza ad probably isn't getting any ROI. And spending all this money. And at what point did they decide, hey, I think we should pull out of the phone books? Like, I wonder how long they stayed in that for. I recognized that those people that we're trying to attract with the phone book, so to speak, are fucking expensive because we're spending all this money to get only a small percentage. But there's so much visibility right now on Instagram, which you're going to get into, that you could, instead of spending thousands of dollars to get 3 clients, you could spend nickels to get thousands of clients and thousands of opportunities. And so I wanted to share that today, but I thought you handled every pushback about what about this, what about that. Like, I think somebody had said, that Instagram, my client is 50 and they're not on Instagram. It's like, your client is not 50. If your client is only 50, you need to diversify a little bit, because I promise you that more people are using this construction, versus 50-year-olds. So continue talking about, what is the local authority ad on Instagram? What does that look like?
100%. So just to go back to your point earlier on, by the way, I don't work for Instagram. I don't love Instagram. In fact, if it was any other platform, I would shift there. Trust me, I don't like Instagram as much as you guys probably don't like it as well, because they banned some of our accounts. So I just go where the attention is.
Yeah.
And I know that attention has shifted.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's changed my life. It's changed lives around me as well. And it's because the attention is there.
Yeah.
So I would want to go where the attention is, because that's where I can maximize my dollar, my advertising dollar.
Yeah, it's not our platform. I know what you're talking about, where accounts were getting banned, and I complained a little bit about that. I have to put this fucking disclaimer on my stuff because I have this impactful transformation, and I didn't include the disclaimer, and it's like, but at the end of the day, it's not our platform.
100%.
And that's the risk that we live with in marketing, is that every platform that exists right now, it's not ours. We got to follow the rules. And sometimes the rules are forever changing that we don't know they're changing. And it's impactful. But that's where all the visibility is. That's where the attention is.
That's exactly why we only advertise on that specific platform. I'm not saying we're not going to focus on other platforms. Like YouTube is another, it's a whole nother topic that I can get into as well. That is more long form assets, which can be used to, and in fact, it could be used for your business as well in shifting beliefs. getting someone to, once you get their eyeballs, and we kind of see, so since I started talking about YouTube, I might as well mention a bit of it. We see Instagram is 30, 60-second videos.
Yeah.
Right? No one's gonna watch a 30, 60-second video and then say, hey, this person is worth thousands of dollars of investment, right, off of one video. They might go through, hundreds, maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right, before they build that trust. So we use Instagram to capture people's eyeballs, capture the attention, and YouTube to build the trust and shift those beliefs, right? Because YouTube is where you take those eyeballs and you convert them into believers in whatever moat or system that you actually believe in. In our case, our moat is that attention is on Instagram. And if you are a local service business owner servicing a 15, 25 mile area around yourself, there's no better platform to put your advertising dollars on Instagram. I'm not saying completely forget about Google, right? I'm not saying completely forget about Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or any of that sorts of like these platforms. But I'm saying if you want to dominate, it is a blue ocean. It's an absolute blue ocean. And
I like how you said that in there.
100%. And the reason why I'm very passionate about this is because it changed my life. I wouldn't be passionate about ads. I don't care about ads. In the end of the day, business owners don't really care about ads. All they care about is, can I get an ROI? Right? And I got a tremendous ROI, starting with my own mother who was running a daycare. I mentioned that story in there. We ran a local ad for her. She's at 5 branches now with her daycare. And that was when I took that decision. I was spending, just to kind of reiterate on my story, I was spending thousands of dollars a month, literally 10 grand a month on a production studio. That's why we're pretty good at creating high engaging ads and content, because I had a team of 36 editors to begin with, because I was running a podcast studio. And we'd have personal brands come in, doctors, lawyers, engineers, really anyone that was an expert in their field would come in, and we'd record them these viral clips. 10K a month on our production studio, barely making it either barely profitable or just really in the red. And that's when I really realized that local ads, organic content alone will never reach your right client. Organic content alone can't keep your business afloat. And that's when we shifted to ads. And
it's kind of like the phone book thing.
100%.
Even if I understand how to go viral. My son's getting into creating content, which I love. I think it's cool. And the other night, him and I were pissing around. I don't know how we're exhausted because of all the things that we've been doing here. I helped him create a quick little edit, and he got like 5. I think he's at about 5,000 or 6,000 views out of this one video on his fresh Instagram. And he's like, "Wow, it works." And I was like, "Yeah, it's just attention altering, shifting brain rot, and that's not going to necessarily attract all of the ideal clients. It might give you a couple, but the work that has to go into that, creating that viral content with the risk, is just not necessarily." Their reward isn't in that as well. But where when you run these paid ads through Instagram, you can actually, like you're going to dig into, you can actually pinpoint those people versus just casting such a wide net and connecting with, 1 or 2 people. You'll be able to cast a very specific net and connect with the exact person.
100%. And it all goes back to, and we can dig into this topic later on, the messaging. It goes back to messaging. If you can call out your ideal client, you can actually speak their language, you can describe their situation, that type of client that you're trying to attract, the end goal is for them to say, okay, this person understands me. Let me click on that app. Let me see what they have, right? And that goes into the topic of messaging, which we can kind of dig deeper in on, because you mentioned getting a whale client through the messaging. I love that topic, but you can't achieve that with organic. Why? We can dig.
Well, you can achieve it. You can, but you have to all my content. I do a lot of organic content, but I have to produce a mountain of content.
That's what I was gonna say. In everything in life, there's ways that you can pay. You can pay with your time. You can pay with your money. Or you can pay with your effort, which is also your time as well. Right. So organic, it's gonna require a ton of content. Of your time. I'm not saying you can't crack it, but that's gonna take way more time. For me, and I'm not discrediting what you're doing. For me, the reason I've done so much organic was because it's helped me improve my my ability to throw together my elevator pitch. And so I've had reps of just talking like dumb shit. I recorded a video outside talking, no cuts, no edits, just snip, record, minute 20, throw it into CapCut, quick little edit, posted it. I don't even care how well it does. All I was doing in that moment was getting the message out, talking organically, and improving my ability to speak, because we're about to shift our content as well. We're going to be looking at working together and
and shift our content so that we can get hyper-focused on our message, hyper-focused on our exposure. And I needed reps. And so one of the things I encourage, contractors to do, and they don't even necessarily need to do this. If you end up working with Kari and you use his services, he can create a really good ad. But what I encourage you to do is just start talking to your phone, just start talking. It allows you to get better at speaking and organizing your thoughts and figuring out what your next word is. And now I don't even shut up.
I completely agree with this, and I'll actually relate it back to a story. This is what I advise anyone to do, because this is how I did it and kind of got comfortable with the camera. I was always the person behind the camera.
Yeah.
Right? When I wanted to start creating content, I recorded a reel every day. It wasn't a reel, it was more of a YouTube video. It was actually a YouTube video. It was just horizontal. Yeah. And it would be like 3-4 minutes each.
Okay.
Right?
That's still a long time.
Yeah. Every day for 30 days straight. And I did not upload any.
Okay.
Just to get comfortable with it. Right? And if anyone's wanting to take that step, that's what I would advise you, is record a reel every day for 30 days straight. Don't post any of it.
Yeah.
Don't post. Just like keep it in your mind that you won't even post, because then that's gonna calm the nerves down.
Yeah.
And then watch every one of them at that 30-day mark.
Yeah.
You will see how, excuse my French, shit you were.
Yeah.
That
You
first reel.
like to prep everyone that
Yeah.
you're about to swear, but your
Yeah.
swears are so like you gotta say like the F word or something.
Yeah.
Pardon my language. Shit. It's like, that's not a swear, dude. You can, and it's fine if you don't like to swear. I've learned contractors have a bit of a potty mouth. I struggle at like turning it fully off, but I'm trying to not swear as much, because it's kind of childish and a little bit barbaric. But I love how you like prepper one. Hey guys, I'm about to swear, and then he's like shit, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
You'd be so bad, and it's very normal to be very bad, because it's your first time ever. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Right? But on that 30-day mark, you see the massive difference.
Yeah.
So it's hard to start something new. It's like going to the gym. Right? But the muscle is you being able to create content, you being able to say a message, a concise message in a short period of time, and actually addressing the message to the right type of client that you want in that short video. We've never really lived in a time where we're able to say something and it reaches someone on the opposite side of the world, or someone local, right? In a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
In a matter of seconds. So if you're living in this time, you're not using it to build attention, you're wasting it.
Hey, we've got an ad here. Make sure to pay attention. What's up, guys? Are you a contractor or business owner looking to take things to the next level? Well, I've got something for you. The Elite Builder Society is a community that helps contractors grow and scale. For $49 a month, you can have access to 20 group coaching calls. Look, you're probably wondering, how am I going to show up to 20 calls, Brandon? That's a lot. And yeah, it is a lot for $49 a month. But every call is recorded so you can watch it at your leisure. But you get the best experience when you're live on the call with us. Okay, at the end of every webinar, there will be a Q&A where you can ask the industry expert questions that you can implement into your business. Look, if you're ready to take things to the next level for $49 a month, go to ebsworks.com and register today. I look forward to seeing you inside the community.
Yeah, when you think of like these local ads, when you're using these landmark locations, there's a restaurant here in Chilliwack. It's
The steakhouse?
No, it's called the Yellow Deli. For anybody watching, search that up and you can see what it's all about. I'm not going to get into it or call them out. They got really good fucking food, but they got some history behind them. And you could use that as a landmark location. So you're like leveraging their exposure, right? And that's one of the things that Kari does a lot in his local ads, is they call out the prospect in the neighborhood, the area, the city, the town, the location. But when you're sitting there at the Yellow Deli, let's just say hypothetically, like if I was a contractor looking to do more work, just kind of catching a little bit of some attention, and I wanted to, put out a message. Me and my team are just sitting here at the Yellow Deli for lunch right now. We're just working down the street right now doing XYZ. If you want to see our projects, you want to follow along, just click this link, right? Like a simple little ad like that can create so much impact by leveraging other people's visibility.
100%.
Is a game in itself.
It's just your local area. The whole reason we have that in there is to build that familiarity. It's the neighbor bond. So when someone sees it, I'll give you an example. I'm a nerd for data, right? So we test multiple campaigns. I tested one campaign where I'm standing downtown in Calgary Tower behind me, and I'm calling out my ideal client profile. I just did the same exact script, but I was sitting on my friend's couch in his nice home, nice looking studio, right? Cost per lead for the first one, or I was downtown, was like $1.
Yeah.
The cost per lead for the second campaign was like $15. Same script, same messaging, but the difference is like we're visual creatures.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're visual creatures. So when someone in your city that lives here, that works here, that knows the streets like the back of their hand, sees you in their area, and you're calling out that person, that's a whole level. That barrier of trust is already, you broke through it.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can see you're there.
100%.
Yeah. So I mean, Yellow Deli might be a bad example because some people might not want to go there. If when are you leaving? When are you?
You know what's funny? On the flight over here, I was telling my girl I'm thinking of recording a local ad in Chilliwack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so when are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
What? Tomorrow evening?
Like 7 p.m.
Do you like? So I'll explain to you about this fucking place because and you can search it up after.
Okay.
And then you can give me some feedback because he didn't know anything about this, and I'm gonna throw it at you.
Okay.
The Yellow Deli is like a colony of people, and you got to be careful because they're gonna see your hair and they're gonna see that you could be potential. But like,
I don't feel like I know where this is going.
man, the food is rank. The food is rank. Like they make all their own. They make all their own bread. They make all their own desserts. Everything is all. Like they make everything. Unbelievable food, unique experience.
Okay.
I don't know if that'd be the place that I would record as the local, but it's a fucking good place. And so for some clients, and that's what we get at is like maybe that if that's your avatar that wants that place, then that's the place to record it.
Okay.
And that's where that cost messaging would come in comparison to sitting on your couch or sitting right here right now recording an ad. I think there'd be a different conversion from one or the other, but I would record an ad. Like I would record a local ad for sure.
1,000%.
You never know what you're going to get. Like there's so many people that were in that room today that don't even see this as an opportunity or didn't know it was an opportunity. And now their mind's just like, oh, you mean I should call out this location versus just like my couch.
Exactly. And what's crazy is that most local service businesses, their place of work is already outdoors or already either outdoors at a client site, downtown, wherever maybe it's there.
Yeah, it's within proximity of these places.
Just whip this out.
Yeah.
Whip it out and record.
Yeah.
And you're already downtown. People will recognize that local area. Other than, recording in a place that nobody, or recording from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, dude, I love it. So what do you think about the event today? What did you think about it?
It was awesome. It was extremely well planned, extremely well executed.
Thank you.
Everyone was, I don't like using this word because I think it's very...
Are you swearing right now? Are you going to swear?
It's very gay. It's very gay. Okay. But the room had very good culture.
Yeah.
Very good culture.
Okay.
Like everyone was just so in tune. I think whoever was thinking of coming and didn't come to this event, you missed out on a ton. Because, and I'll tell you one thing, is meeting people online and connecting with them, I always thought for like the longest time ever, like that's the best way to kind of connect and build your connections. The money's made in the rooms.
Yeah.
The money's made when you actually shake someone's hand.
Yeah.
And you actually meet them. That's where that one connection that you could have had online, that's the tip of the iceberg. In a room filled with like-minded people, that tiny connection in the conversation turns into a 45-minute conversation. Now you guys know each other. Now you're sending each other referrals. You're sending each other connections. And you could have said one small thing that comes up a month later that person that you connected with remembers.
Yeah.
And it could be potential for you to create tons of business together.
I mean, one conversation can make you millions of dollars. Like I had a conversation with somebody today about, fixed price or cost plus, and explained how they are both, a great product. I think they both have different places, but, that one conversation could shift the way they approach that next estimate or whatever it might be and significantly change the direction of their business. There are other people in that room that understand that they have to be more methodical with how they're approaching leads. They can't just call the guy and say, hey, you want a job? You want this done or whatever? No, you have to be scientific with what you're doing. Data matters, but you have to have a control, baseline to understand, hey, I was right here at this point. I understand now that I need to make all these changes in order to get to right here so that my conversions become greater.
And you can only do that if you're in a room with higher level people.
Yeah.
So the guys who are still either starting out or even they're, a couple of years into the game, there was some big heavy hitters today in this room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can see the sparkle in some guys' eyes when they're connecting with them, and you can see the motivation, right?
Yeah.
You can't replicate that if you're not in a room like this.
No. Iron sharpens iron. I think that's a saying. And, at the end of the day, even the top high heavy hitters gain some understanding and confidence in where they are with their business. There were some great questions. I love the panel. I thought the panel was great at the end. I was kind of disappointed that we had to shut it off so quick. Yeah. Like I was like, why are we shutting this down?
I wanted to tell him to continue it.
Yeah, I mean, we were getting booted out of the room, and I think people had to go, and everything else was going. But at the end of the day, I mean, that was probably my funnest part.
Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this episode of the On-Site Podcast. So here's the deal. We want to grow this show, and we need your help. It's simple. Pay the tax, share the show. That's it. Let's get back into it.
So you said you liked the whale comment that I threw out there. Do you want to dig into that a little bit more?
We can talk about messaging.
Okay.
Right? Cool. If you'd like to kind of get into more the nitty gritty and like the tactical strategies.
Yeah.
So for message, and I was saying this earlier on the panel, if you have your service locked in and you know your ideal client avatar, the biggest gap that prevents you from reaching that client avatar with your service is messaging.
Right.
The ability to communicate your words the right way, choosing the right words, choosing the right language, communicating it in a way where it resonates with that ideal client, with that specific ideal client. And it goes back to messaging. And what I mean by this, let's take let's pick any contracting service.
Me?
Yeah, pick any contracting service. Let's say kitchen.
Sure, because there was a couple of guys in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Kitchen cabinetry.
So what do they offer? What's their service?
Usually cabinetry.
What are they solving?
Oh, they solve kitchen transformations, right? Storage, cupboard space, countertop space.
Correct.
Functionality, building the triangle.
That is, we like to think of it as an onion. That's one layer of the onion. Peel even deeper.
Yeah.
What they're solving is they're transforming a home. Okay, yeah. Peel another layer. You are actually solving someone's peace of mind so that they don't need to go and deal with a worse contractor, right? That's gonna try to scam them for their money and do a shit job, and then they're even lower in their investment or whatever because they lost out the time. Now they have to pay for another contractor to come back in. Peel another layer. It's because the guy doesn't even give a shit about his kitchen. It's his wife who wants it, right?
Yeah.
So you peel all these layers and you start to understand your ideal client.
Yeah.
You start to understand what are their pain points, and then you might reach to the main point, like that last layer of the man wanting it for peace of mind for his wife. For example. This is just obviously I'm speaking in theory here.
Yeah.
And you will only be able to understand that after speaking to your clients, understanding the way they describe their problems and their pain points and what they want to achieve, right? And that's why for us, we believe in messaging a lot and end up creating this, what we call an offer sheet. An offer sheet is basically just a one-pager that describes our service, describes our ideal client avatar. Who are they? Where are they based? What's their age demographic? And this, you can apply this for your contracting business too, right? And what's the main pain points they deal with before finding our service, right? Or the pain points they deal with, which puts them in a place of them wanting our service, right?
Yeah. We use the same kind of thing when you talk about, pain points. We use this thing where you're just trying to dig for the root objection.
100%.
Because like in everybody's situation, whenever somebody knows, like there are people in there that knew, like obviously you're coming to an event, we provide coaching, we provide services, we are going to try to sell you something. Like duh, woo. But at the end of the day, it's like, what's your real objection with not doing this? Is it bad timing? Are you not ready? Financial? Like, what might it be? Same kind of thing you're talking about, where you're just trying to dig to the root problem. It's like, well, what if that's not actually a problem? What if I can solve that problem that you think is an objection? And most people are actually dealing with their own objections in their mind, and they're solving their own problems. They're coaching themselves through their own shit. As you deal with these, things that you're peeling through the onion, they're just figuring it out on their own.
100%.
But I think, the biggest thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't methodically think about that thing. I liked how you kind of said, when you build up the offer sheet, that you take their objections or their pain points and you build that around that. Because we've got AI technology,
Exactly.
you literally can just put in all your clients' objections and then reverse engineer the offer to, extinguish all of these objections, or at least the majority of them.
And the main pain points too, and how they communicate it too. So it's one thing saying like, I want a fancier kitchen, and it's another thing saying a premium granite kitchen or whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
The specific words and the language that your ideal customer uses, because they'll never say it. They'll never say, "Hey, I wish you said it was a premium kitchen instead of a fancy kitchen," right?
Yeah.
It's what resonates with them,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
So if you can speak the language of your customers and you can actually understand them, marketing becomes very easy. Putting a service together becomes very easy. Sales becomes very easy. Business just becomes easy.
Yeah, I mean, I love the statement about the ocean. I really think, like we talked about today. We talked about one of the contractors said my industry's saturated, and in my mind, I was like, my industry's full of opportunity, because each one of those other contractors that are saturating this industry or that market probably don't have as much intention behind what they're doing, because they're not necessarily in the room right now, or they're not in rooms like this. And that means that's an opportunity for you to jump into a big ocean.
Correct.
And stand at the front, and capture everything that's coming in.
You said something right now that kind of made me think back of what I should have answered on that when he asked that question. He said, my industry is saturated.
Yeah.
Right? No. Your industry is saturated on Google.
Yeah.
Your industry is saturated on the phone book.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even about, like, think about it like this. The industry has attention. It has attention right now, which means that is full of opportunity. All you have to do is be a better contractor, serve a better product, provide a better message, and instead of starting down here, climb on top of all these other people that are also trying to capture the attention and be the one creating the attention.
Correct.
And now all of a sudden, these 1,000 or millions of clients that would be filtering through all of these different people, they're looking at you. I think you had mentioned that about that daycare where, the first ad you ran went, turbo viral and went crazy powerful for you guys and high conversion. And then so on and so forth, they started to diminish as the visibility became spread throughout all of them, right? But still that one commanded the authority.
Correct.
And it doesn't mean that just because they started, they earn the continuation of that command. This guy down here that's just starting, there's that one kid that was in there, he's 19. That guy could command enough authority in the next 24 months to stand on the attention that is trying to be achieved in that room. And he just joined our community as well. And the crazy part is like, he's fucking 20.
Yeah. I think he's younger.
No, he claims he's 19. He's 20.
Okay.
He transferred in. Okay. I think he still likes to stand on the pole that he's 19, but he's 20. But no, crazy, man. It was a great conversation. Lots of great conversations. And I think it was fun. I loved fun.
Sweet. Me too, man.
Yeah.
Me too. It was awesome.
Yeah, anything else you want to share with everyone today? It's a full day for both of us.
I talked my ass off today.
Yeah, man.
I talked my ass off.
Full day.
I don't even know. Unless you have any other questions.
No, man, I really appreciate what you do. Again, if you're watching this right now and you want to learn about, like, what is this, this local ad on Instagram, like, what is that? Reach out to Kari. His information will be, all over this. And, I'm working with this guy for just about a year now. I see his ads everywhere. I know the ad. I know who created the ad because I see what he does. I know what he's doing. And quite frankly, nobody else is doing the same shit. So it'll be worth your investment just to pick up the phone and call this guy.
Do it. Pick up the phone and call me.
Let's go. I appreciate you. We've got more episodes coming live in person. Right now we are in Chilliwack. Super stoked to be here. I'm going to fucking bed because I'm gassed.
Oh, me too.
I'm gassed. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys again. Cheers.
All right, take care.
All right, that concludes this episode of the On-Site Podcast. Remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please pay the tax, share the show. Guys, if you want to be a part of the Elite Builder Society, all you got to do is pay $49 a month. That's it. $49 a month. You get 20 group coaching calls every month. Okay? Go to ebsworks.com and register today. If you enjoyed the show, please pay the tax and share the show.